Okay, this video is going to show us how to insert a different type of widget, and this is a review widget. One of the points of having ebooks is not only for there to be no paper and for it to be digital, but since there is no paper, we can integrate media into this. So we've seen in the last video how we can insert, and some of the previous videos, how we can insert actual videos into our iBook book. But wouldn't it be helpful if along the way you could not only have your students reading about Bigfoot, reading your content, consuming your media, but also checking their own understanding as they're going. And we do this with review widgets. So I have 3 pages here right now. Here's more content, and I'm going to keep pasting in content. And as I keep pasting, I'm probably just pasting the same thing in. You can see how it's adding more pages here as I am going to navigate here, page 8. So you probably wouldn't want middle schoolers and high schoolers to read 4 whole pages of text. It's just kind of boring. Not that they can't consume that, but we don't want, if all this is important stuff, we want to be able to check their understanding maybe immediately right here on page 4 after they've been reading just a little while. I want to insert a review widget to test their knowledge. So I'm going to go up to widgets. Widgets. Review widget. Okay, so just like the video, it plops our review widget down. We can resize it and put it anywhere we want. Just for the sake of the video, I'm going to just set it over here. We can name this assessment, or you can give it a title. Assessment 1, review 1 assessment. Any text here, actually this is going to be the question, is Bigfoot thought to, let me show you this. Well, let's just make this simple. Is Bigfoot real? So that's a yes or no question. Right now I have 4 possible answers. I really just need 2. So I can go over here to this. You saw how this is the inspector widget inspector that's opened up. We were over here earlier where we were entering author information. This is our widget inspector. You can see as I typed the question out here, it's shown up in the inspector. We're going to make this just two possible answers. Yes. Click. No. So it could be a maybe. And so you can see for answer 1 we have yes. Answer B, no. And this is something that we can't really test out right now. We have to, once we, and I'll show you how to preview this so you can kind of check your work, see how it's would actually look on an iPad. We actually have to have it hooked up to an iPad in order to do that. And so some of the stuff we'll be looking at once we've hooked our iPad up. But that is inserting review widgets. Now what this doesn't do is this doesn't, and we'll see this in the preview when we look at that later, as you answer the question, what it does is it doesn't like score you. It just tells you whether you got it right or wrong, I believe. But it doesn't, which is scoring, but it doesn't keep track of what that person's answers were. So in other words, in an ideal world, and I'm sure that in other versions they'll have this, that you'll be able to check out an iBook to a student. That student will be able to go through the iBook, take all the review widgets along the way as that person is reading the book, and it'll be able to compile their answers. So in a way, you would be able to get assessment from them in some sort of PDF format that Billy Bob has read this book, or Johnny John read your iBook, which was 10 pages long, and out of the 6 assessments that were there, this is how he scored. We're not there yet, but I do bet that they will be getting to that soon. Let me go ahead and save this. Not duplicate, I need to save it. File, save the version. All right, there we go.